is Wednesday, February the 10th. I am your host, KC Phoenix, and this is my daily thought. Let me tell you, I'm just a little bit, I'm about at 90% right now because I'm just getting my breath back. I literally just finished exercising, and I do my steps because I'm attempting to strengthen my legs because I don't stand often because I'm in a chair anywhere from 10 to 14 hours, sometimes 16 hours a day in front of laptops. So, yeah, I've been doing steps to strengthen my legs and do all of that stuff with exercise. And then, of course, I've been doing push-ups and everything. So, yeah, I'm getting my breath back, but it's mostly back, is what it is. I hope everyone is doing well listening to the show. I did not want to do anything related to self-improvement. I wanted to do something that was light, something that it didn't require a lot of in-depth, what's the word I'm looking for? In-depth reflection, I guess you could say. Even though this particular subject, depending on who you talk to, it might require some in-depth reflection. I'm drinking the last bit of my hibiscus tea. For those who have been listening to my podcast for a long period of time, I usually drink hibiscus tea when I'm doing my podcast. I haven't lately because I drink it before I start my podcast, but I'm finishing the last little bit now. I love hibiscus tea. If you've never had hibiscus tea before, first of all, talk to your doctor. That's number one. And if your doctor okays it, then yeah, it's all good. But for the most part, it should be harmless, but you never know. So you always want to talk to your doctor before you start something new, which I drive my doctor crazy. I'm always bringing her stuff. I'm like, hey, I want to try this because I seen it. And she's like, yeah, that's fine. And everything. So yeah, but I digress. I want to talk about anime because when I was doing my therapy sesh, I was talking about anime during the therapy sesh. And I was like, you know what? Let me just talk about anime during this particular episode today. Because when I do my movie reviews, they're specifically for movies, but I don't review series. I don't review TV series or anime series or anything like that. I've brought anime series up in passing, and TV series up in passing, and even some movies up in passing during my podcast episodes, but I've never really talked about anime series throughout. So I thought this would be a good time to do that because some people already know that I love anime. I've been watching anime for maybe 3 decades now, give or take. My first experience was my mother's brother's wife. And they were visiting, it was my uncle and his wife with, of course, my cousins and stuff. They were visiting and they were staying at my parents' house. And my auntie, she was watching something. And me, I'm a kid. I'm used to watching the old school regular cartoons like, G.I. Joe, Thundercats, He-Man, She-Ra. Of course, She-Ra's my favorite because I don't care what anybody say. She-Ra was better than He-Man every day of the week because She-Ra could do 20 things that He-Man couldn't. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But anyways, so she was watching some anime, and to this day, I do not know the name of this anime that she was watching at all. I don't know the name of it. All I know is I came down to the living room, and it was on TV, and this girl was fighting with someone, and then all of a sudden, this girl jumped in the air and then started doing a spinning kick coming downward and turned into like a tornado and knocked this guy through the wall. I was asking my auntie, I'm like, what is this? Because I'm new. I didn't know. So she's like, this is anime. I'm like, anime? What's that? And she's like, cartoons. But she's like, Japanese cartoons, Japanese animation. I'm like, I've never heard of this before, but it looks interesting. So I watched it a little bit more, but I still don't know the name of the show to this day. And then, after she told me what it was, I decided to make it a point to look for anime. I don't read manga. I'm not that hardcore. I prefer TV. I don't read manga. For all you manga lovers, MANGA. For all you manga lovers, that's you. You can have it. And yeah, if I read manga, I would know what happens with the end of Bleach, because they ended the Bleach series on TV. And I know that the series kept going, where I think they said Aizen came back or something like that, or whatever. And I would love to see all of that, but I'm not reading the manga. So whatever. Anyways, so I made it a point to look for, where I was looking for cartoons. I was looking for specifically Japanese cartoons, anime, or some people call it Japanimation. And I heard about this movie called Ninja Scroll. And I was like, because I love ninja stuff. As you know, one of my movie reviews was one of my favorite movies of all time, Challenge of the Lady Ninja. So I love ninja stuff. And after I had seen Ninja Scroll, I was hooked. I was hooked. So that's when I started watching anime. And then later on, after I watched Ninja Scroll, I found Devilman. I actually had the VHS, a Devilman. I had the VHS. I had the one where, not the refurbished one they put on Netflix. Because what they've been doing with a lot of cartoons, they've been refurbishing these cartoons and putting them on Netflix. Those aren't the actual cartoons or anime. And not just anime, but also cartoons, because they did it with She-Ra, they did it with He-Man, they did it with, I think, Thundercats, and so on and so forth, Voltron and whatnot. Those aren't the actual ones. I'm talking about the original stuff. The original Devilman. And the one where he fought Sharanu, that was one of the most amazing fights I had ever seen. Especially when he thought he had her. Okay, spoiler alert. There's going to be spoilers throughout this. So if you're not into spoilers, this isn't the podcast for you. This isn't the episode for you. Especially the part where he thought he had her, when she was up against the tree and her arm was back over by the building where they were originally fighting at. He doesn't know that her arm is on its way to her and spinning like a blade. And then he gets ready to hit her, but then that arm spins through, cuts his arm, and then she jumps up, grabs it, and pulls it off. That was nice. Man, good times. Good times. So Devilman, I loved Devilman. Devilman was good. Devil Woman or Devil Lady or whatever you called it, which I was kind of disappointed, because usually the female stuff is better than the male stuff, in my opinion. But that was one of those where it didn't connect for me. Had to take another sip of my tea for those who are listening to the podcast. Then another anime that I discovered was Ceres, CERES, which was really, really good, which dealt with like angelic DNA and all types of stuff. That one was good. My favorite anime will more than likely always be Slayers. I I sometimes juggle between Slayers and Zero Starting Life in Another World because I love that one. But Slayers, Lena Inverse, that's my girl. Especially that spell for the for the oh my goodness, for the blade, the dark blade. What is the name of that blade? The Ragna blade. That's what it is, the Ragna blade. So yeah. Let's see, I'm trying to remember it. Let's see if I can remember that spell off the top of my head. It's been a minute since I watched Slayers. Sword of cold and darkness, free yourself from the heavens' bonds. Become one with my body and one with my spirit, so we can walk the path of destruction together. Appear so we can it's like appear so we can smash even the souls of the gods, or something along those lines. And then of course the dragon slave. Darkness beyond twilight, crimson beyond blood that flows. Buried in the stream of time is where your power grows. I propose to conquer all of those who stand before this gift bestowed in my unworthy hand. Let the fools who stand before me be destroyed by the power you and I possess. And then she releases this big burst, and it's like Dragon Slave. You know, Lena Inverse is my girl. I love her. What's some other good animes? I pulled up IMDb. They have a list that they came out with in 2013. It was created in 2013. It says top 100 animes of all time. It says number 1, Cowboy Bebop, which I own. I don't believe that. Cowboy Bebop is okay. It's good. I'm not going to say it's number 1 of all time. I'm sitting here looking at this. Number 2, Steins Gate. I haven't seen that one. Number 3, Rurouni Kenshin. I've seen part of it. It's okay. Berserk was good. Berserk's number 4. Bacano, I haven't watched that yet. Mushishi, haven't watched that one yet. The Rose of Versailles, haven't watched that one. Legend of Galactic Heroes, nope. Why is an Attack on Titan in the top 10? Hunter x Hunter is in the top 10. Hunter x Hunter is 10. Which Hunter x Hunter is good. Hunter x Hunter with Gon and Killua, their growth throughout the series. And that's the other thing. And why isn't Naruto and Bleach in the top 10? I know those are the ones people usually run to, but still, why aren't they in the top 10? That's crazy. But yeah, Hunter x Hunter is the bomb. The fight between, how do you pronounce his name? It starts with the K. I want to say Karupa or whatever his name is. He's the dude that has the chains on his arm or whatever. And when he fought old boy thought he had it in the bag because he was strong. No. Not that day. Not that day. Monster number 13. Haven't seen that one. Hold on, I'm just scrolling down. The Vinland Saga number 16. Haven't seen that one. Lupin the Third, didn't really want to see that one. Death Note should have been in the top 10. I own Death Note too. Death Note is good. That Netflix adaptation, the live adaptation that they did on Netflix was garbage. Nothing is like the anime, the Death Note anime, period. I don't even know why they have it at number 18 on this list. That should be in the top. Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. You know what? I wouldn't say Ghost in the Shell. Standalone Complex, I don't know about top 20. I'd probably say top 35. If you haven't seen because for the movie Ghost in the Shell, Scarlett Johansson did the movie, but there's the anime, Ghost in the Shell, and then there's the anime series, the Standalone Complex. The Standalone Complex series is good, but it's not top 20 good, in my opinion. And I own both seasons. Yeah, I'd say top 30 or 40. I'm not going to say top 20. I'm just scrolling through. GTO, didn't really watch that one. One Punch Man was good. Now, yeah, One Punch Man, I'd say top 25. Code Geass, that's my ex's favorite anime. He's the one who got me to watch it, actually. Not my ex here in California, my ex that lives in Taiwan. So yeah, that's his favorite anime. Black Lagoon is on point. Black Lagoon, they have it at 26, but I say definitely that should be in the top 25. Black Lagoon is good. But the thing that made Black Lagoon good was Roberta. Roberta, the maid, if you haven't seen Black Lagoon, take my word for it. If you watch it for any reason, watch it for Roberta. That's the only reason you need to watch Black Lagoon is for Roberta. The maid. The maid is off the hook. So yeah, check out Black Lagoon if you haven't seen that. Darker Than Black, Ranma and a Half, it was okay. I can't believe that made it into number 28. Neon Genesis Evangelion. Yeah, I know someone who likes that one, but that was never my thing. Gungrave, Claymore was decent. I wouldn't say top. It came in at 33. I'd probably say top 50 if I had to pick. Full Metal Alchemist 34. No, Full Metal Alchemist is easily top 25. I don't even know why they have it at 34 on this. If you haven't seen Full Metal Alchemist, that's on point too. Brotherhood, yeah. Demon Slayer 36. That's about right. Yeah, top 40, give or take. Because Demon Slayer is good. It's very good. I just think it's overrated. So yeah. Death Parade. Death Parade is good too. It came in at 39. I'd say top 50. I put it probably at 50. Death Parade is good though. What else? Scrolling through here to see if anything. They don't have Kenichi in here? Kenichi should be in the top 25. Wow. Inuyasha. I didn't really watch that show. I think I watched it like twice. Couldn't really get into it. I know some people who like it. Not really my thing. Why am I not seeing Bleach yet? What on earth? There we have Slayer. I know they did not put Slayers at 61. This is blasphemy. They put Slayers at 61. No. I don't know who was, no. Else. Yeah, I'm not seeing any. I'm looking at some of these animes on this list. I'm not seeing any. They don't have Hellsing in here. Wow. Really? You don't have now they got Samurai Champloo. But they don't have Samurai 7? Like, come on. You don't have Basilisk in here? Which is another ninja. It's warring ninja clans. For those who don't know. Trigon and there's Hellsing. Okay. Hellsing came in at number 84. Definitely not at number 84. I'd probably say Hellsing is top 40. Easily. An easy top 40. Blood Plus was okay. It was okay. It came in at 87. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Oh my, if you haven't seen that, it took me a while to get used to that type of animation with JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. But something just told me to keep going with it. And as it went on, I was like, okay, I can get into this. So yeah, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, it shouldn't be 89. That should be another one that's easily top 40. Trying to think what else is in here. Future Diary. I own that. It's number 97, but I haven't watched it yet. I own a lot of things that I haven't watched yet. Yeah, so that's for the top 100. That's crazy. So they didn't have Bleach. They didn't have Naruto. They didn't have Re:Zero. What's some other anime? I'm just thinking off the top of my head, like, because I've seen so many. Oh, Rising of the Shield Hero. Or Rise of the Shield Hero. I think, is it Rising or Rise of the Shield Hero? Whatever it is, check that one out. That one is good because it's another one where the guy, he's building himself up. And one of those characters, you'll want to jump through the TV at least 20 times in regards to one of those characters. One of those characters is so shisty. And it starts off at the beginning of the series. So it's either Rise of the Shield Hero or Rising of the Shield Hero. I don't know I can't remember off the top of my head. But check that one out. She is, she is shisty. So check that one out. I'm trying to think. Like I said, I've seen a lot. The other one, is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? That one's good too. Oh, and the 7 Deadly Sins. 7 Deadly Sins is on point as well. Oh boy, who is the Pride. I want to say his name starts with an E. I forgot what his name is. I was about to say Igor, but I don't think that's his name. Oh boy, who basically is the son. Yeah. Check out the 7 Deadly Sins if you haven't seen the 7 Deadly Sins. Trying to think, what else? What's some other good anime? I consider this anime too. Castlevania on Netflix. Castlevania is on point. I'll give it to them. They did a good job on that. Let's see, what else? Going through. Burst Angel, that's another one. Like I'm doing this in my mind here. This is total recall going on. Burst Angel is good. Chrome, what is the name of it? Chrome something Regionos or something like that. It's almost like Starship Troopers is what it is. Where these people live in these laboratories or bubbles or whatever you want to call it. And they have to go out and battle these insects and do that. So yeah, that was good. I seen that. I feel like there are just so many other ones that I've seen. Witchblade, that was okay. What else? I already mentioned Samurai 7, which was good. The Marvel animes are pretty good. A little bit out there, but pretty good. Like the Blade, Wolverine, Iron Man, so on and so forth. Trying to think. So many. There's an anime called Gate. Just one word, Gate. That was good. That was good. And there's an anime that I do not remember the name of it. So I'm going to have to tell you what it's about. It's about these two guys. One it's on Amazon because I watched it on Amazon. And it's about these two guys. One is a young guy and one is a middle-aged older guy. And there were these aliens who crashed into the planet, but they had to clean up the scene and make it look like nothing happened. But these aliens, they specialize in warfare. That is their thing. And as they're cleaning up the scene, and these two guys, to fix them back and bring them back to life, they didn't, because they specialize in warfare, they didn't know how to just bring them back to life with all of their organs intact. So when they brought them back to life, they equipped them automatically, because that is their nature. They equipped them with weapons. And the young guy ends up being bad. He already was a little bit in the head anyway. The older guy, who wasn't fully satisfied with his life, he ends up becoming the hero once he figures out that he has these powers and stuff that the aliens had given them. And then he has to go after the younger guy. And then later on, they end up having to work together because there's a threat larger than them that they have to save the planet. So it's, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's on Amazon. It's on Amazon in there, because the Amazon has some pretty good anime stuff too. Oh boy. I'm thinking, I'm already at 26 minutes. How did all this time go by this quick? Wow. Okay, that's it. I just want to throw some anime out there. And if you haven't watched any anime before, I strongly recommend you give it a try. If I had to give you a list of anime to watch, the tried and true, of course, will always be Naruto, because that's good for breaking people in. But the new series, Boruto, I've tried. And those who have followed my podcast, I mentioned this before, I've tried. How could I not mention Black Clover? Black Clover. If you haven't watched that anime, watch Black Clover. That's another top 10 easy. Black Clover. Definitely that one, which I haven't watched in a minute, because obviously I've been working and stuff. But I'm gonna pick a day and get caught up on it. So yeah, Black Clover. If you have not watched Black Clover, you have to watch Black Clover. Definitely that one. So, oh, and there's another one too. What is the name of it? It's the one with the train. It was exclusive to Amazon. What is the name of it? Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress. That's it. Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress. If you haven't seen that, check out Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress. It's with zombies and all that stuff. But it's good. It's really, really good. So check that one out too. Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress. Of course, Bleach. Gotta check out Bleach. Of course, Slayers. I've seen so many anime. It's just, I really would have to sit down and think about it. For an anime movie, you might want to check out Perfect Blue. That's good. Or the Ghost in the Shell movie, if you haven't seen it. Meaning the anime itself, not the live action. But both were okay. I mean, obviously the anime was better, but the live action was good too. It wasn't like a Netflix adaptation. Yeah, those would be some good ones to start off of. And I'm sure that I missed some really good animes, because as I was wrapping up, Black Clover just came to me at the... there's another one. Check out, if you get a chance, check out Noblesse. Noblesse. Noblesse is a good one, and it's a short one. It's by, I think Webtoons does it, but it's not by, and they're not a Japanese studio. They're a Korean studio, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's called Webtoons or something like that is the name of the studio. But check out Noblesse. Noblesse is on point. That's another good one. Psychopath or Pass is good too. I've already mentioned Jujutsu Kaisen yesterday. Like I said, I've seen so many that I would have to sit down and really, really, really go through my mental Rolodex and be like, okay, wait a minute, and do one of those numbers. So yeah, but that's all I got. Let me get going. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. Of course, this podcast is carried on several other podcasting platforms: Spotify, Apple, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Pandora. List goes on and on. I just wanted to do something more light-hearted today, where we're just having a good time. And for those who like anime, I'm sure you were listening to this like, why didn't you mention that anime? Or why didn't you mention that anime? Because it didn't come to my mind at the time. I'm doing this all mostly off the top of my head. So yeah. And I feel bad now because I feel like I might be wrapping up and there might be one that I've seen, because obviously I've seen more than I've named, that I'm like, oh, that's a good one. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. I'm trying to think. Any other animes before I go? Because I will feel so bad if I click the end button, and then as soon as I click the end button, one will come to me. It'll come to me. I'll be like, man, not cool. Oh, what is the name of, I think it's, oh gosh, what? I know some people are like, why didn't you mention Dr. Stone? I haven't seen Dr. Stone yet. I've wanted to watch Dr. Stone. I haven't seen it yet. I want to watch it though, because everyone keeps on talking about how good it is. I've already mentioned Attack on Titan. Try to think what else. What's another one people always mention that I probably haven't seen yet? Oh man. I'm thinking. Yeah. On my total recall, going through the Rolodex, nothing else is coming to me, even though I know it's there. I know it's there. Oh, what is it? Is it Taboom? I think is it where the teenagers get stranded on the island and they deal with the bombs or whatever. That was pretty good, but they didn't finish it. And Freezing is good, but FYI, 17 years and older for Freezing. If you're gonna watch that, just FYI, Freezing is good, but 17 years or older. Because that one is funny too. Tenchi, oh gosh, what is his name? Tenchi something, and it's like GBX or something, Tenchi Moro or Tenchi something, about the guy who travels throughout the galaxy and then he picks up the people and stuff. That one is good too. I want to say Tenchi Moro. Oh gosh, what is it? It's like a few series that he has. I want to say it's Tenchi Moro or Muro or something. This is this is the time where I kind of wish that I did have a co-host. That way they could be like, don't forget this one, don't forget that one. But yeah. Anyways, I'm going to get going. Thank you for listening. Until next time, be blessed.